Sanmanan, guys. We sometimes forget to really count our blessings and see how privileged we may be. And right now, Muntu is in Cape Town on top of Table Mountain. Let me just show you guys something. So, I hope you guys can see. So, I'm staying on that side there. That is Sea Point, Growth Point. Oh, well, that's the Growth Point Stadium. And that is Cape Town. But on the other side of this mountain, it's the flats. As you're living in a country like South Africa, some of us who are privileged forget to the majority is still living at the flats, the majority is still living in Malokshini, and the discrepancy between the haves and the have-nots is huge. You know, us being privileged enough to live in Sea Point, where the richest of the rich stay, versus Abantu who can't even afford a loaf of bread. You know, so again, in an election year, again, in a country njengeyethu, guys, angazi ukuthi singenze njani, where we hold certain people accountable. We were walking up here and I was asking Guti, how many of us, Tina, South Africans, this is Zalwela, have been here to this top? You know, Abantu who were born like Cape Town, how many people are in Cape Town have been here? You know, if you look at the pricing, there's no South African price and international pricing. You know, even if we were at Victoria and Albert, the V&A waterfront, and going to wanting to go to Robben Island, asking the questions of Uguti, Tina, as Abantu Bahlali, Bala, East Africa, how many of us have been there, you know, where our heroes were imprisoned? You know, so again, you go to these places, you come to Table Mountain, it's just tourists. You go to Robben Island, it's just tourists. Tourists know more about our country than we do. And again, we are limited to finances. We are limited because we don't have the financial means, guys. And we're going to continue living like this because they are benefiting. You know, they are creating these spaces where they are eating. You know, so pick wisely when it comes to election. Fight in your local communities. Make sure if you don't lead, if you don't put your hand up and say, I want to be the councillor, I want to be part of a certain political party and I want to ensure change, then we're letting Papness lead us. So then we can't really complain when the Pap people lead us because we are not putting up our hands. You know, they are. The few people, all Pensino who are privileged, are going to be here sipping on beers at the top of this mountain, 1,000 meters up, you know, living Nabelum, overlooking the sea. And I'm not saying Guti, I'm not saying all of that in order to brag. I'm saying all of that to say, Guti, it's always going to be one chair at the table for the one person who's reserved. Tina Bantu. It's always going to be the very few that I let in. Why? Because again, it's this animal farm mentality. I'm here, I've opened the door. I'm saying Ozani, guys, Ozani. You know, let's all eat. There's enough for all South Africans to eat. You know, but let's start with us that are underprivileged. Let's start with us in Malokshini. Let's start with us at the flats. You know, let's start with us who were not born in these spaces, who were not born with the silver spoon. Tina Suga Matati, Tina Suga from single mother households. How can we ensure that the generations coming up don't get the same treatment as us just because, you know, we lived in a very tough South Africa? But anyway, guys, let me show you a bit and then say cheers. So again, I'm a tourist. I'm on my plus soft living. Soft living. I'm gonna walk around and then hopefully you guys get to see the other side. So pardon if it's a bit windy, but this is it. If you've never been on the top of Table Mountain, this is essentially on the other side. It's the carts. Yeah, you keep going on that side for days and days and days and days. Let me continue. Sorry for the windiness. But yeah, there's the harbor. Guys, there's Robben Island. Right there. That's Robben Island. Yeah. There you go, more tourists. Up here, it's just tourists. There's the harbor where we know Guti, a lot of international investment is in there. You know, we've got nothing. Come take this. Oh. But yeah. Anyway, guys, I hope that this election year we do better decisions. I hope that we use our minds here. You know, we've been victims time and time again. They played with us. We voted the wrong parties in constantly. Now there's new parties that make a lot of noise, but they're promising fucking nothing. How is it that we can make it better for ourselves and our families and the generations to come? Please like, please comment about your experiences. Please comment if you agree with me, disagree with me. Like, share and subscribe. Have yourselves a fantastic day. Sure.